If you're thinking of expanding into the Christian niche, then Christian bookmarks are not only fast to design, but are one of the fastest growing printable products on Etsy right now. In today's video, I'll be walking you step by step through how you can design some beautiful Christian bookmarks for women. We will be using AI to instantly create faith-based quotes, and we will also create professional looking mockups without expensive software. You'll also see how you can save hours using my templates, my GPT tools, and a few clever resources I'll share along the way. And if you're new here, hi, I'm Roxy, and I help creative entrepreneurs and digital sellers just like you to create high quality, profitable printables without design overwhelm or spending hours on trial and error. If you're a digital seller who wants to expand into the Christian niche or just want to create beautiful products faster, then be sure to subscribe and tap the bell for more tutorials like this. So before we dive into Canva, let's take a few seconds to talk about why bookmarks are an amazing product to add to your store. They are low cost and easy to design. They have generally quite simple designs, no complicated layouts, and they are easy for beginners and experienced sellers alike. They also have high demand, especially faith-based products. They consistently rank among the top-selling niches on Etsy. Bookmarks in general are a reusable niche, so you can create bookmark sets for several different occasions, endless different occasions even, birthdays, encouragement, prayer journals, church events, and more. Bookmarks are a great entry-level product for shoppers who may later purchase larger items such as journals or devotionals. If you want to see my deeper dive into validating this niche, then you definitely want to check out my previous video. I will leave a link to that in the description below. So now, without further ado, let's drop on over to Canva and create these bookmarks now. So here we are in Canva. We are going to click create, and then we are going to set this to inches, which it already is. The width for this design is going to be 2 inches and the height is going to be 6 inches. And now we're going to click, and you can see that's the suggested bookmark size. And we're going to now click create new design. Now in this video, if I hadn't said already, I'm going to be showing you how to create a selection of designs in as little time as possible. So what we want to do first is we want to create our template design, and then we will go ahead and batch create those and do everything that else we need to do to create as many as we can in the shortest time possible. So first up, what we want to do is craft our faith-based quote. This is what's going to make our bookmarks unique and deeply meaningful. So we could write our own quotes, which could be quite time consuming. We could also source Bible verses, which is also a little bit time consuming, or we could use AI to speed up our workflow, which is what I'm going to show you right now. So here we are over in ChatGPT. You can use the free version, and what you might want to do is just say, please give me 20 faith-based quotes for bookmarks. So you could give it that very basic prompt, and it's going to come back with some quotes and references that you can use within your listing. And it's also giving you the reference to the actual verse. But for this particular product, I actually want unique quotes that are faith aligned, but they are unique to this particular design. So of course, you can just go into the free version of Canva and get these created. But here's what I do. So I have created a faith-based affirmations GPT, and it is really honed in on creating really aligned quotes and affirmations that are within the Christian niche and that really serve the purpose. So let me show you what I mean. So I'm going to just come and copy this same prompt, and then I'm going to put it in here. You can either click start, but I'm just going to say, please give me 20 faith-based quotes for, and I'm going to say for bookmarks. And so now it has now come back with some additional questions because it wants to get some additional context on exactly what we want it to create. So it's now asked, before I create the set, let me quickly confirm a few things to make sure they suit your vision. So it's now asking us for the audience. So general audience, do we want it to be for all ages, or do we want it to be for a specific group, women, teens, men, kids, etc.? Then what kind of purpose, what kind of theme do we want those to be aligned with? Is it encouragement? Is it a theme of hope, strength, spiritual growth, comfort, etc.? The tone and style, do we want it to be elegant, uplifting, simple, or poetic? So by asking those additional questions, it allows us to then really niche down further and allow those quotes, those affirmations that we are trying to create for our audience to be really aligned with them even more. So like I said before, I actually don't want these to be quotes specifically from the Bible. I just want them to be quite uplifting and still Christian based. So what I'm actually going to do now is I'm going to say, please make these quotes unique and not specifically from the Bible. I need them to be for women. And then what else did it ask? So we want it to be for women. We want them to be maybe a mixture of different themes. So I'm going to say I need them to be for women and a mixture of different themes. And then the last question was the tone and style. I think I would like them to be quite uplifting. So I'm going to say uplifting, tone, and style. And this GPT just really kind of can direct you and help you with your product creation in order to make it a lot quicker. So now we've chosen those options. We're just going to click that button there. So definitely for the bookmarks, short, positive quotes and affirmations are going to work best. You want them to be clear and easily readable on a small design. And also, if you want access to this particular custom GPT, it's inside my Flourish in Faith Creator Kit, and I'll explain more about that later in the video. So now it has used all of that kind of alignment and the context in order to create some really beautiful, unique faith-based quotes aimed at women. So as you can see, you are held by unseen hands that never grow weary. How lovely is that? Really beautiful. Even in stillness, heaven is working on your behalf. Grace grows in the gardens of surrender. You are not forgotten, you are being formed. These are absolutely wonderful affirmations, wonderful quotes that are unique. And that is the main thing, is that you're not going to see these anywhere else. The way I've been able to train this GPT, it is going to give you so many different options that you can choose in order to then create a whole plethora, a whole range of bookmarks and faith-based products, quotes, affirmations that are aligned with different subsets of audiences. So this is for women, and it's a mixture of themes. But we might want to create something similar aimed at teens or at men or at people over the age of 70. And then it's going to go in and create those quotes, those affirmations to really serve that audience. And that's what's so great about this GPT. But now, so what I want to do now is I want to actually remove the speech marks and the number formatting. So I'm just going to ask it to do that. Please remove speech marks and number formatting. So now it's going to remove those quotation marks and the number formatting. So now it's reformatting that. You are held by unseen hands that never grow weary. Even in stillness, heaven is working on your behalf. So once it's finished with that, now what we're going to do is we're going to actually take the longest one here, which is this one. We're going to move back on over to Canva. We're going to click T for text and we're going to paste that in there. We're just going to make it a little bit narrower. We're going to position it in the center and in the middle. And then we're going to change that font. So let's see, seasons. And let's see if we can, so that has the capacity to be made into bold. So I think that's quite nice. We might want to make it a little bit bigger. And we're going with the longest sentence just so that we can get the spacing right. And then it will hopefully just mean that we don't have to do too many edits once we've made all of the bookmarks. So let me just double check that this is all centered. Yep, that's fine. And now what we're going to do is we're going to bring the rest of those quotes in and bold create. So let's go back and we're just going to copy all of those. Go over here, we're back in the Canva screen, going to click bold create. We are going to click enter data manually. We're just going to type in at the top here, quote. We can remove this column. We don't need it. I'm just going to paste all those in. You can see the spaces there. Don't worry about that. We can sort that out after. We're going to click done. Click on this text, connect data. We're going to connect it to that quote column, and then we're going to click continue. Now we're going to generate 20 designs. That's going to ask us now to view in folder, which we're going to do now. And as you can see, here are all of the designs there. So now what I want to do is now introduce some really pretty designing to that. So I'm going to go to elements and I'm going to type floral bouquet, because florals seem to do really well within the female market. Just made sure that they're free because we want to sell these commercially. And I've already seen quite a few nice florals. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to just quickly make a really nice border design for each of these. So I'm just copying that. I'm going to paste it. I'm just going to kind of re-angle it. And then, so bring it down a little bit. And then I'm going to just highlight both of those. Click Command C, which allows me to copy, and then Command V, which allows me to paste. And I'm just going to bring it down here and then just realign it. And the cool thing about that is that by doing that and bringing it down, it means that it's not the exact same looking design. So as you can see, we've got some of that yellow color of floral there, whereas we don't have it as much there. So it kind of just makes it more unique. So that is the first one. Now we're going to choose another set of florals. So again, I might make that a little bit bigger, copy and paste, and then I'm going to rotate that a little to just make it look a bit more interesting. Okay. And then I'm going to highlight those, copy and paste. Again, I'm going to bring it down and then just that. All right, and then we're going to move on to the next one. Let's choose another set of florals. So maybe we'll choose this one, it's quite pretty. Make it a bit bigger. And now just kind of arrange it nicely so that it looks quite natural. Copy and paste again. Just going to swing that around. Okay. Okay, and then I'm actually going to just bring them down a little bit more. I think I'm just going to highlight and make it slightly bigger. That's nice. So now let me highlight again, copy and paste, and then we'll just bring that down there. And then we're going to just move on. As you can see, this is not taking very much time at all. And the main thing is just to not get into analysis paralysis. All of these florals are actually really pretty. So it just makes the job for us a lot easier when we've got really nice elements to play with. So now this one, we're going to highlight, copy and paste, bring that down to the bottom. I might bring this down a little more. I might actually copy and paste that a bit more so that we can then cover up that white background as well. Okay, and then I'm going to bring those up in actual fact, I'll remove that and I'm going to highlight that again, copy and paste, and then just have that down there. And then we're going to do the same. So hopefully you can see how easy that is. I mean, it's only been a couple of minutes so far, and we've got quite a few nice designs here. What I'm going to go ahead and do is I am going to pause the video. I'm going to design the rest of them, and then I will come back and show you what we've done in the end. Okay, so now I have gone ahead and created the rest of them. That was probably another 10 minutes if I was counting. And I just used various different floral bouquets to then create some really nice bookmark templates. I am not quite finished with these yet. There's still a bit more to do. So, and the thing that is going to really make it pop is to then make the background, this white background, in keeping with each of the different designs on this printable bookmark. So let me show you what I mean. So I'm going to click the white in the back. I'm going to click this background color, and then Canva has a really great way of just picking out different colors that are referenced within the design. And so I'm just going to just click this color, and that immediately just gives it a bit more, pizzazz, a bit more interest there. And so I'm going to move on to the next one, click that white color, and now it's pulled out the colors from this design. I'm just going to choose that one. And now I'm going to go to the white. I'm going to click that again. And now it's chosen the color from there. And then let's do the same. So we're just going to go through them and pick out some of the nice colors from the design. And all it's doing is just making those each design stand out even more. Again, I'm not overthinking this. I'm just choosing whichever color pops out to me, because I know that Canva's done a really good job of picking out the color from the design anyway. We want to get our products to market after we've validated them. Like I said, I validated this product in the last video, link in the description for that one. But yeah, we just want to get our product to market as quickly and as easily as possible. So again, that's only been another minute or so to then create these different background colors there. And just to give them some more interest. And then I might actually change this font because I just feel it could be a lot more bold there. So I've just changed it to Playfair Descript, Playfair Display actually. So we could do with removing the line, reducing the line spacing for some of these, and I'm just bringing that across. So again, really copy paste simple. So as you can see now, we've got all our designs. So we created the quotes in ChatGPT. Then we brought them over into Canva using the bulk create function. Then we made that really nice floral border design, and then made a couple of tweaks to the background color as well. And now we've got a really lovely set of 20 bookmarks that we've been able to create with very little friction and just really quite easily. Now, the next thing you want to do is create your mockup. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to go to share. We're going to download these as a PNG, and then we're going to re-upload them into Canva in order to then create our mockups. So I've got these mockups. They had been in a zipped folder. I'm just going to upload them now. And now we're going to select all those and then get them uploaded back into Canva. Now we're back in the main screen of Canva. We kind of want to choose an Etsy sized kind of mock-up thumbnail. So the Etsy listing photo size has changed. So it's the main photo, and I think now it is. So what we'd need to do is we just need to go into create. We would then go to custom size, and I believe it is 3000 width by 2250 in pixels. And then we're going to create a new design. And so from here, what we'll do is we will then take the bookmarks that we uploaded. So I'm going to click the first bookmark there. I'm actually going to add a shadow to it. So I've gone to edit. I'm going to go to shadows. I'm going to click glow. We're going to have a nice little glow back there. And then I'm actually going to now make it a bit bigger, because usually when the glow is applied, it makes the actual bookmark a lot smaller. And so I've made it bigger, centered it, copy and paste. And I'm going to copy and paste again. Copy and paste again, and then copy and paste again. So we've got 5 on our page. I'm just going to highlight them all and then tidy them up, make it a little bit smaller so that they all fit nicely on that page. And now we just want a title there. So we're going to click T for text. We're going to bring that up to the top. We're going to Christian book marks for women, because we want to use that exact keyword so that we are calling out our customer there. We're going to position that into the center, and then we're going to click T for text again. I'm going to bring that down, and then we might want to put something like instant download. I mean, there's not very much detail you need to put for this particular listing, which is so great because it lends into the simpleness of this. But now we've kind of created that mock-up there. We're just going to now drag and drop the other designs, and then it will just resize, as you can see. So as we drag and drop, it just resizes it accordingly. And now we just want to just duplicate the page, bring the next set in. So just wait for it to resize. bring the next set in. And it's just a really simple way of just replicating that nice design for each mock-up. So I'm just going to duplicate the page again. I think we've used that one. And then duplicate once more, drag and drop. So once we have, put all the different bookmarks into each mock-up, we might just want to put something, a nice little background behind, so maybe watercolor, or maybe like clouds or something quite heavenly, cloud background. So maybe something like this could work. Let's see what that looks like. Set images background. That's quite nice. So we'll copy that, paste. So copy that again, sorry. Paste that in. Paste that in. And paste that in. Because you get 10 different slots for your Etsy listing, you definitely want to go ahead and create some more of these, and you might want to just add things such as who these bookmarks are for, what they are going to help the user to achieve, and things like that. Also, in order to deliver these bookmarks to your customer, it's going to be super easy. What I would then do is create new design, custom size. Let's put that into inches. So we want the width to be 11 and the height to be 8.5, so that it's kind of landscape format. So we've got that there. And then the ones that we had already uploaded into Canva, then we just arrange them on the page. So I'm going to just bring that into the middle. So I'm going to have 5 on a page. And then I'm going to highlight them again, position, tidy up, and then actually reduce the spacing in between them a bit more. I'm going to highlight them, go to position, tidy up, and then just make sure that middle one is in the center. And then all I'm going to do is just insert some cut lines. So I'm going to click L for line. I am going to make that line style, that line weight, number 1, I'm going to make it a dotted line. And then I'm just going to place it down the middle. So I'm going to click Shift and pull that down so that it doesn't kind of lose its alignment. And I'm going to copy and paste. Copy and paste. I mean, it's pretty obvious where you're supposed to cut them, but, just for added ease of use. And then you just duplicate that page. And then bring those in like that. And then just do it again and again until you have got all your 20 bookmarks there. And then after that, I'm just going to type 20 Christian. So I'm just going to type 20 Christian bookmarks. And then what you'd want to do is click share, download, and then you download that as a PDF print because you want it to be printable. You want to flatten that PDF as well. And then the color profile, we want to preferably choose CMYK, best for professional printing. But that is in the pro version of Canva. So, but I would definitely recommend that if you are trying to make this a business, and I would definitely recommend you use the Canva Pro if you're trying to create a business and create your own digital product empire. And next you would just download that. And then you just upload that into the back end of Etsy. as follows. So here we are on the back end. I would click add a listing, and then I'm gonna just type in bookmark. Click that. So it's immediately found the right category for us. Then we click continue. It is a digital file. And who made it? I did. Is it a finished product? Yes, it is a finished product. When did you make it? It was made recently, and it was created by me. We don't need to select any production partners. And then I'm not going to show you exactly what title and things to put up there, but I'm just going to type in a basic title, 20 Christian bookmarks for women. And then you would then want to go ahead and upload those mock-up photos that we created, which are here. So we just download those as PNGs. We have added our mock-ups here that we created in Canva. And then we have then gone down to digital files. We have uploaded the Christian bookmark that we downloaded as a print-ready PDF from here. This is what it looks like when it is opened up by your user. And then you would then definitely go ahead and fill in your description, your price. You want to make sure your price is competitive compared to other listings of the same type of offering. Quantity is always just great to have 999 there because it means you don't have to keep on fiddling with the numbers and things like that. And then definitely want to add your tags. And you could use an Etsy research tool such as Sell Samurai. If you see the last video, it gives you lots of great recommendations for things that you can use in those title tags and description. And then lastly, for renewal options, I usually just have it on automatic, and then it just automatically renews every time I make a sale or every time it's coming up to expiring. Lastly, once you've filled out all of this, this publish button will then become available to click, and then you can publish it and allow it to go live in your store. So we're almost at the end of this video, but if creating yourself from scratch feels overwhelming or time consuming, then you do have options. Option one is if you are serious about tapping into the Christian niche, then let me introduce you to my Flourish in Faith Creator Kit. It contains 5 done-for-you Canva editable templates for journals, wall art, devotionals, and more. There are also AI prompt libraries to brainstorm new product ideas, and all of this comes with PLR rights. You also have access to the GPT that you saw me demonstrate in this video as well, and this is going to be such an amazing way for you to sidestep all the headache and get your product to market as soon as possible. So whether you're testing the Christian market or fully pivoting into it, then this kit can save you months of effort. Check the link in the description below for more details. And option 2 is if you just generally want to get into the world of digital products and printables, then you might want to consider my $9 a month PLR Essentials membership. Basically, you get instant access to over 50 done-for-you printable product templates, and there are new ones added each and every month. These are made using the Canva free version, so no pro account needed. There are also monthly repurposing tutorials as well as additional GPT tools for quicker content creation. You can cancel anytime, and it's perfect if you want ready to sell content and quick start templates. Again, check the link in the description for more details. And if you found this tutorial valuable, then don't forget to like this video and leave a comment below if you've got any questions. That's it for now, and I wish you all the very best.